Hello, everyone. Welcome to Discovery Ghana session. I am Sharon Okanti, the program manager, and I'm here with Dr. Sowari, the program assistant. Thanks for joining us. So in the presentation, we're going to have some students joining us as well. So we introduce them when it's time. By way of introduction, Ghana is one of the 54 countries in Africa, and it's located on the western side of Africa. The capital city of Ghana is Accra. That is where the University of Ghana is located. Next slide, please. Okay. Welcome to the University of Ghana. So on the far left, it's the main entrance of the University of Ghana. Next to it is the aerial view of the University of Ghana. Then beneath it, we have the main administration block of the University of Ghana. Then our sports directories where we have the swimming pool. The next slide is just a little over 1 minute video introducing the University of Ghana. Please stay with us. Okay, so the video will come later. It's not playing. So let's do. The University of Ghana was established in 1948. It has over 60,000 students, comprising of both graduate and undergraduate, postgraduate, international students. The teaching style depends on the number or the class size. If you have more students, they're going to use the British style when you have a lecturer coming in to lecture, and then later you have the teaching assistant or graduate assistants coming in to do more of interactive explanation. And then if it's just a small class, you're going to have the American style, which is very interactive. We have professors coming from all over the world. We have lots of visiting professors on campus. The lecturers expect students to study, to research their topics, and they expect them to do lots of self-study. Finals are based on the attendance, exams, maybe term papers, group work, presentation, field work, etc. Eugene offers volunteering, internship, research, but these are not for credits anyway. We'll talk more about it. UCEAP and UG has been partners for over 50 years. To get more about the University of Ghana, kindly take time to log on to www.ug.edu.gh. The University of Ghana has lots of departments, but for the purposes of this presentation, we're going to look at just 4 of these departments. We're just highlighting 4. The Institute of African Studies has lots of cultural classes for you. So we have something like culture and development, African popular music, traditional African music instruments, traditional dance for wellness, dance technique, African drama, costumes and makeup. So we have the performing arts aspect as well, where we have directing, production. Let's also look at the Department of Archaeology and Heritage Studies. They have interesting classes. Classes like Art History of Ghana, Gender Archaeology, Zoo Archaeology, Archaeology of the African Diaspora. And to top off, most of these classes comes with field work. So you go to the field for a week or 2 to do hands-on job. And then we look at the School of Performing Arts, also have amazing and lots of classes that you can choose from. They have maternal health, adolescent health, HIV, AIDS, working with people living with HIV and all those kind of classes. And they also have internship attached to some of these classes. Then Department of Geography and Resource Development. They have great classes that students have enjoyed. They also offer hands-on work. Some of the classes, they'll take you to some of the countryside, the community to work. So they have climate change, medical geography, population studies, geography of tourism and all that. You have the opportunity to choose from any department and across the levels. You have wide range of courses to choose from. And this also gives you the opportunity to study, live, and interact with the locals, the local Ghanaian students and other international students. So we have students from all over the world who are studying here. So we have some from Europe, Asia, the USA, and other African countries. And this offers you a great knowledge of diverse culture. When it comes to housing, University of Ghana has lots of options for housing, but for the purposes of our program, we only use 3. We use the Legon Hall, which is open to male students on the program, and most of the rooms are shared rooms, so you get to choose your own roommates, you share with someone. We have Volta Hall, open to only females, it's a female dorm, and then we have International Students Hostel, which has most of international students in there, as the name depicts. So we have about 80% of them are internationals from all over. And then they have some Ghanaian students living with them. It is close to the sports directorate. So the student it's easier for the students to use the gym. And then all the dorms or the hostel, as we call them, has some facilities. They have security decks. There's a laundry that you can use at a fee. They have grocery shop. There's a salon, kitchen. They have a reading room. There's a restaurant and also dining halls, what we call the dining halls, also available. So looking at the picture on the right top corner, we see the International Students Hostel. That's the entrance. And then we have students relaxing at Volta Hall, their balcony. And then the next picture, that's how some of the rooms looks like. So you have the 2 beds there, and then you decide on how you want to arrange your room. Next slide, please. So, welcome to the Study Center. The Study Center is located on the 2nd floor of the International House building. This building housed the Eugene International Program Office and other sister programs. The office is run by 3 staff members and sometimes assisted by a student assistant or a student's buddy. We provide great services to the students before, during, and after their program. We ensure that our students are comfortable, both physically and mentally. We help them integrate into the society with ease by giving them some cultural and safety tips. We also make sure they feel at home. So as you experience Ghana to discover yourself, we make sure that you experience Ghana as you discover yourself. And then the key word here is just to support the students integrate well. The study center runs 3 programs in a year. So we have the fall to year or spring to year. That is when you come in fall and you want to stay for a year, or you come in spring and you want to stay for a year. Those options are available. And then we have the summer program. Aside the main Eugene classes, the study center organizes 3 classes, and these are the orientation class, Ashanti Tree, and special study or independent study. Okay. So the orientation class, the next slide, please. Let's look at the orientation class. The orientation class is a whole semester class that has been condensed into 2.5 weeks. You earn 4 quarter or 2.7 semester units. The class is designed to prepare you for your stay in Ghana, and it covers 8 main themes. So we look at the history of Ghana, geography of Ghana, economics, the importance of culture and development, the importance of slave trade and colonialism, Pan-Africanism, the importance of aid and development, and then vulnerability of women and children. So these lectures are delivered by professors or lecturers, or you say faculty from other departments in the university. So we have people coming, the faculty members coming from African Studies, the history department, social work, economics. As part of the class, we do educational and fun travel. So we visit some places, we travel around to have fun and to also to learn. That we do practical skills training. So with the aid of our student assistant, they teach the students how to do hand laundry. So you do laundry with your hand. They do cooking class, cooking, they cook together. And then we teach you how to catch the local transport, that is trotro. Then we teach you a little bit of Ashanti tree. So Ashanti tree, it's one of the local languages spoken here in Ghana, but it is very common wherever you go. So when you come, we teach you how to say please, thank you, welcome, and little phrases. Then we also do introduction to African dance and drumming. So this, after we've had series of lectures and you feel tired, we go into the dance department, and then we have our traditional dance class. We just shake it off with dance and music. Those who want to learn how to play the drum, they are taught how to play the drum. And those who want to learn how to play, we have an local instrument, the calabash. They are also taught how to. We do games, African games and all that during this session. We do lots to promote bonding. So our student assistants, they are the student assistants, student peers, or student buddies are regular University of Ghana students. They stay with you throughout the orientation period. They live with you at the dorm. So they teach you campus life. They teach you whole lots and how they are there with you. They go to lecture, the orientation lectures with you and all that. So they tend to teach you a lot. So all this is to get you ready for campus life. So by the time school reopens, you know a lot and you are able to know your way around. The second one is Ashanti Tree class. So we have a professor from the linguistics department, and then there's a tutor. So if you have any issue, you have one-on-one a tutor that will do one-on-one with you. And then we have the lab, which is the fun class where students go in to learn some culture. They learn what they practice, what they've been learned, practicals. They do games, they do day names, they are given their day names and the naming ceremony, and the importance of festivals and all that. And then we have the third one is the field trip. So we go to the beads market for the students to practice what they've learned in the class. So the third study center class is the special study or the independent study. So it's divided into three. You can either do a research, internship, or if you want to volunteer. For those who want to do research, depending on your area of specialization or whatever you want to do, you send in your proposal together with your application. We get it set up with an academic supervisor from UG. So before you come, it's set up, and then the academic supervisor is going to help you shape your work and then supervise you and make sure you are doing meaningful work. Then for those who want to do internship, we have a list of sites that we've already developed that we'll share with you. And then if you found anyone online, any agency online that you want to, you just tell us, and then we'll do the placement. We'll work with them to get you the placement before you arrive. Most popular placements that we've had, one, the health sector. So we have students working in a clinic, they shadow doctors or nurses, lab technicians. Sometimes they go out to do public health education with some of the nurses. We have those that are worked with students in education. So we have the formal education where you go to the classroom in the morning, you teach the students, or after school program where you help the students do their homework or any other activity that you want to do with them after the school program. That we call that was one after school program. We have some people who have done something in the environment, so waste management. People have worked with the agriculture science department, they're doing farming and all that. Others work with businesses and non-governmental agencies. We have people who have done their self-initiated projects. So they either publish a book or document their stay here or filmmaking or dance, whatever you want to do. It's flexible for you to choose. We give you a supervisor who will help you shape your work. Then we have the volunteer opportunities. So this doesn't come with any grade. So you just go there, you volunteer, and then they give you certificate of participation. And the last, it's the public health or summer school. Public health and societies in Ghana. So it's divided into 3 parts. We have the first part is the orientation class that I've already talked about. And then the second part is where we have the public health and community entry class. It's a classroom lecture. So it's from Monday to Friday. It's back to back from 9 to like 4. You have lectures on the public health system, community entry, diabetes, hypertension, self-breast examination, how to take BP, how to interpret the blood sugar levels and all that. Because when you go on field, that is what we do. So after the 1 week class work, we go to the field. So we do 3 weeks in the field. We do urban, peri-urban, and rural. So we work with a school for like 3 days, teaching the school children oral hygiene, general adolescent health, reproductive health, math, English, sciences, any ICT. And then we also go to the clinic, we do health talks, we do health education, and then we go to the community, we organize health outreach where people come and the students take their BP, they check their blood sugar, they educate them, and then all these things we do with the aid of health professionals. So they teach us how to go about it, and then they counsel the people. Then we have travel activities. So on weekends, we do fun activities because the work is so intensive. If you don't add anything fun, it will be boring. So on weekends, we do travel a lot. We visit the Monkey Sanctuary, waterfalls, and all those places just to have fun to cool down for the next week. Yeah. Next slide. So who can apply? Even though it's public health summer, so we have people in public health. If you're in education, African studies students can apply, sociology, social work, anthropology, development, pre-med, urban planning, environmental, and anyone who wants to be inspired. Check out some of our videos on YouTube. Maybe you can Ghana Summer 2023, Ghana Spring 2024, among others. Yeah. So you see what we do when we go on the field. Okay, how we handle students' health. So we have hospitals or clinics that are state-of-the-art facilities, and then we have big ones and small ones that they can give you the best care that you want. Your one-on-one, they would have time for you and take care of you. They accept your travel insurance. Most of the doctors and counselors that we use, they are internationally trained, so they know what they are doing. We sometimes escort you to the hospital visit, especially when it's your first time and you are nervous, you ask us, we'll take you along. And the study center van will also accompany, will take you to the facility. Most facilities here, yeah, accept the UCEAP travel insurance, so don't worry about that. There are just a few places that we have to do out of pocket, so we pay cash, and then later the insurance will reimburse you. So the counselors too, the insurance takes care of them if you have them. you have any issue that we have to arrange for all those facilities for you. Don't worry, the insurance will take care of that. Okay, so Dorcas will take over from here. Thank you so much.
Professional backgrounds such as mental health, general medical practitioners, a nurse, a resource person from the Eugene Sports Directory to, take students through some basic keep fit activity and so on. So we have a lot of wellness program for students to keep them healthy and also adjusting to the cultural system in the country. And then we have community service. So with a community service, it could be a deprived school, a farm, a health facility, etc. So if we visit, let's say, a deprived school, we spend like a day with the kids. We teach them, we go to the classrooms and we teach them any subjects that we are interested in, or we can teach them. And then we also play with them as well. And if it is a farm, we put on our boots and our farm wares, and then we go to the farm and work with the farmers. We also donate school supplies and snacks to the kids when we visit such schools, and also donate any amount of money depending on the developmental projects they have ongoing. So we assist them as well. So that's for the community service. And then we do a lot of group travels as well. So we travel to some historic and tourist attraction sites in the Central region, Ashanti region, the Volta region, and the Savannah region of Ghana. And then with our monthly birthday celebrations, every month at the last Tuesday of every month, we celebrate all students who had their birthdays in that particular month. So at the end of the month, we all come together and then we celebrate the birthdays with some cake and ice cream. So the birthday celebrants within that month get to cut the cake, and it's fun. Okay, it's so fun. So every last Tuesday of the month, we do have birthday celebrations. And then we have mid-semester fun activities. So with the mid-semester fun activities, it depends on the activity going on in the city. So it could be a music concert, a soccer at the stadium. We watched a match between Ghana's Black Stars and Egypt. Okay, so it could be that, it could be a concert, or we'll travel to the Volta region to see the monkey sanctuary or to the waterfall. So they are all part of the mid-semester fun activity. So depending on the activity going on in the city, we join in. Okay, and then we have our Thanksgiving celebration. Yes, next week, Thursday, is Thanksgiving, and we are organizing Thanksgiving for our California students. So we do that every year. We celebrate the Thanksgiving in Ghana. And we celebrate it with the popular Thanksgiving meals such as mashed potatoes. We have a big grilled turkey with stuffings, apple pie, cranberry sauce, and then we add some delicious Ghanaian dishes to all these dishes to make it nice. And then at the end of every semester, we have our end of program celebration. So we come together to have our final group meal to celebrate a successful semester. We usually go to a fancy restaurant to have a good meal, drinks, and some music. Next slide, please. Okay, so some study center activities and pictures. So on the top left, it's a picture from one of our wellness program. You can see that there are some breakfast set up on the table, and then with a resource person. On the top right, it's students at the gym. Yeah, Auntie Sharon mentioned it. The gym is closer to the International Students Hostel. So students usually go there and then use the gym, the swimming pool at a small fee for students. And then in the middle, we have some students learning how to play the drums, the African drums. And then bottom left, we have students also learning how to play the calabash. It's a traditional musical instrument. And then on the top right, we have some students dancing. Next slide, please. Okay, so some field trips and fun activities. Yes, As we earlier mentioned, we visit the Elmina or Cape Coast slave dungeons to see, to listen to their history and also tour the dungeons as well. And then we also go to the Kakum forest, rainforest to do the canopy walk. And then the mid-semester fun activities I've already explained. And then we also travel to Ashanti region to visit the kente weaving, and students get the opportunity to learn how to weave the kente. And then we go to wood carving villages and then the Edinkra motif village. In the Edinkra, students are taken through how the Edinkra symbols are gotten and how the dye is processed. And students get the chance to also do their own Edinkra cloth, choose their designs and do their own cloth. And then over there too, we get the opportunity to visit a cocoa farm. Yes, and then students get to, taste fresh cocoa from the tree. We also tour big markets when we are in the Ashanti region. And then we travel to the Monkey Sanctuary and the Really Waterfalls in the Volta region. And then during orientation too, we take students to the beach on Saturday or Sunday afternoon to relax and have fun. And then we also go on boat rides on the Volta Lake. And then we travel all the way to the Savannah region, to the Mole National Park to track elephants and other, forest animals. Okay. And then we also get a chance to experience some festivals whilst you are here. Next slide, please. All right, so exploring Ghana. So on the top left, that's a picture of the Cape Coast Castle. And then on the top right, we have students touring the Elmina Castle. And in the middle and the top left, we have the Kakum Rainforest Canopy Walk. And then the bottom right is one of the dungeons in the Elmina Castle. Next slide, please. All right, so on the top left, that's the really waterfalls in the Volta region. And then the next picture is a student feeding a monkey with a banana. Yeah, so we go to the Tafi Atomi Monkey Sanctuary in the Volta region, and then we get the chance to feed the monkeys with some bananas. And then the next picture is an elephant. Yes, we were in the Savannah region, Mole National Park, to track elephants and other forest animals. And then the next picture is a group of students in front of the Independence Act. And then we have the bottom left, that's a student learning how to weave the kente. The student is being taught how to weave the kente. And then we have a nice picture of some of our current fall group with their nice kente cloth around them. And then the next picture is a student who has finished hair Edinkra strip. Okay, so all students are given strips. You choose your own Edinkra symbols, and then you make your nice Edinkra strip. And then the last picture, we have students helping that's a community service. We went into a community trying to build a small clinic. So we went in there and then helped them to, build the clinic, to help with carrying the water, whatever they needed help with, we did that. Next slide, please. All right, so these are some lodging places when we travel. Okay, so on the top left, we have the Sky Plus Hotel. That is when we travel to the Volta region. That's the hotel we normally use. It's a nice place. And then that's how the rooms look like. It has a twin bed. So when we travel, we usually, sleep in pairs. So you have you and your roommate. So it's a twin bed. And then the middle picture on the left, it's Coconut Grove Beach Resort. It's a beach resort with a nice environment. You get the chance to do a horse riding, see a crocodile pond, rabbits. There's a lot to do there. It's a nice, relaxing place. So we go during the weekend to have some relaxation. And then that's a swimming pool at the beach resort. And then the last left is the Mole Motel. So when we travel to Mole National Park, we use the Mole Motel. So that's how the place looks like. Next slide, please. All right, so how we travel. So when we are traveling outside Accra, we use an air-conditioned bus. And for our field trips, so we use the bus for our group travels. But if we are within Accra, and we can use the program van depending on the number of students we have in the semester. And also within Accra, you can use the taxi, you can also use the Uber, that's the online ride apps. So that's how we travel. Okay, so
we have
Hello, yeah. So we have 3 of our students here with us. We have Caitlin, we have Rajville, and then we have Leah. So they're going to share their experience with us. Caitlin will go first, share her experience. She was with the summer, so she'll introduce herself and share her experience. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Catherine. I go to UC San Diego. I study global health. And yeah, I was in Ghana last summer and it was a great experience. I think that it was very hands-on, like they said, and everything that they prepared you for, whether it was through UCEAP or with the aunties telling you beforehand, I felt very prepared coming into Ghana. I really enjoyed teaching the kids whatever we wanted because we had a lot of we had to teach certain global health topics like sanitation, personal hygiene, and reproductive health, but we also could go off from that and teach any other subject within the week that we were teaching, whether it was in the rural community that we were in or in Accra where we were teaching as well. I also really liked going to the clinics in Accra and getting that perspective from the locals, whether it was with HIV or another clinic that we went to. I also really enjoyed the classes that I was taking at the University of Ghana because it was more close-knit. There was less people in the classes and we got to have a different professor teach us for some of the days, and we got different perspective and different viewpoints of the culture, history, and politics of Ghana, and then also of the public health side. There definitely was culture shock going to Ghana and adjusting to the lifestyle, the different university. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I may be loud in here. But yeah, if you want me to cover anything else, I can. Otherwise, put some questions in the chat and I'd be more than happy to answer them. I highly recommend going to Ghana, Africa, studying abroad in general. You learn a lot about yourself and others, and you get to get different perspectives on a topic that you're studying at your home university in an entirely different country. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Catherine. Can we have Rajvi?
Yes, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm Rajveer. I went to Ghana this past spring. I'm from UCSB studying anthropology and linguistics. My experience in the University of Ghana, it was amazing, like Catherine mentioned. And at first I was very scared to go because I don't know if I could adjust to a new country or also just making friends in general. But as soon as I arrived, they said Akwaba, which means welcome in Twi, and I felt so welcomed by the aunties, by friends that I met there. The local students are very kind. They will help you adjust if you have any questions or you just need any kind of help. They are willing to give you a hand. That being said, you will never get bored in Ghana. There's always something to do, always somebody to talk to. Take your malaria pills so you don't get sick. If you take them, you will most likely be fine. Like most people in the program are just fine. And what else can I say? Yeah, the courses were a great experience. For the courses I took, there was a lot of group work involved, and that was a little different from what I'm used to at UCSB, but it was a good change, and you get to really interact with other students that way. Another thing I can mention is that I did research at the University Basic School, a primary school located on the University of Ghana campus. So there's opportunities to get involved in research, and I'm open to anybody if they want to reach out to me for more information. But I think that's it. If there's anything else I can add later.
Thank you, Rajvi.
You're welcome.
Yoon, Leah.
Hello guys, I made a presentation, so give me 1 second. Can somebody please post my slide up here for me? I can't share my content, so it'll be great if somebody can do it for me. While that is being set up, my name is Yoon. I go by Leah, and I major in international relations. I focus in African continent. I really hope my slides so I can like present while like showing you like the pictures and like the things I prepared. So let's wait for that. Or I can actually, okay, I know I use like a different slide, so let me send you a link to my slide. And sorry about the background noise. Right now, currently in Ghana, it is the election season, so you will hear, I don't think this is gonna happen in your case, but I hear like people campaigning and all those trucks like saying like campaign promises and all that. Okay, do you have access to my slides? Can I know if slides can be posted?
Leah, you go ahead, okay?
Okay, I can go without my slide. So first of all, when I post a lot of pictures and it will be really better, but I'm gonna explain, I'm gonna guide you guys about like what the first thing I did, how orientation was like. I'm gonna talk about what made me feel uncomfortable here. I'm gonna talk about some essential things that you guys have to bring. So first of all, you guys are going to land in Kotoka Airport, which is the Ghana like international airport. And when you arrive, they will ask you to give you your acceptance letter. The UG acceptance letter and UCEAP acceptance letter. Make sure that you're a student. Make sure that you are legalized to study or do an internship here. Personally, I care about the price a lot, and everyone check in. Can everybody see the slides? So when you first arrive, so my plane ticket was about 677. I used a Turkish airline, as you guys can see in the slides. It was 677. I used student discount, so please utilize that really well. If you guys are a student, Turkish airline gives you discount. And the cards that I use, international card, I am using Charles Schwab. I know some people use Chase Sapphire. They give you really good credit, and they don't charge you for any extra rate. The fourth slide, the orientation slide. So the first picture is the Independence Square. As you guys, thank you, there we go. Can we move on to the second slide? Thank you. So this is the orientation. So for the first 3 weeks, you guys are going to be here. You guys are going to go to Malay, Kumasi, and Independence Square, and much more. The first photo is the Independence Square. As you guys all know, Ghana was colonized by British and gained independence in 1957. That is the square to celebrate its independence. The second one is the Elmina Castle. They call it Elmina Castle, but it's mostly a slave dungeon. And Ghana, so Elmina was the biggest slave port in Western Africa. And if you go there, it is really miserable. It makes you being really emotional. I cried there, some people cried. I really recommend you going there. The third photo is the Lake Volta. Ghana has the biggest waterfall in the West African region. And if you go there, it was so grand, it was so big. I really liked it. If you guys bring your own swimsuit, you can swim in the lake near the waterfall, and it feels so amazing. You guys could also touch the rock all the way at the waterfall, and that's kind of like a really new experience. And as Auntie Dorcas and Auntie Sharon mentioned, that the last one is the Mole National Park. And you will see the elephants, you will see monkeys, and because they're African-like elephants, they're much bigger than Asian elephant, and they're just so grand, they're so big, and it just brings you like so much like emotion from you. Next slide. So I don't know whether you guys have done your research, but those are some of the foods that you're gonna enjoy in Ghana. The first photo on the top left is the fufu and goat-like soup. You can't really see the fufu really well, but also I don't know why, but when people say have you tried Ghanaian food, they always say like have you tried fufu? That's always the saying that I get. It's really good, a little spicy. And a lot of food here has peanuts, they have palm nuts, and a lot of soup has fishes. So if you have allergies, please let the people, like before you buy it, please let them know, because a lot of soup has a lot of things that may cause you allergic reaction. The second photo, I really like it, is sausage and some kind of beef. They add some pepper, it makes it really good. The third photo on the bottom right is the wache and some shinto and fried what it called again? Fried plantain. Most people here eat wache, jollof rice, fufu, and there. And also, if you look at the top right photo, that's the jollof rice and that's the fish. People here eat a lot of carb. When you order like some kind of meal, they'll give you like it's like 70% portion of is like rice or like some kind of like carb, and other 30% is like protein. People, when I order my food, I don't get that much of vegetable, so I ask them to give me like, can you please give me more vegetable? To give you a little bit of the price, so the first picture, the soup, it was about 30 seti, and the middle is Ethiopian food. That if you guys want to go out and have like a leisure time, that's the price that you're going to get, which is about like 100 to 200. The third photo, the third top right photo is the jollof and the fish. That was about 120 setis. Just to give you a disclaimer, a $1 is about 16 setis. So on average, you guys are going to spend about like $3 or $4 if you guys eat nearby here. But if you guys go out, you guys are going to spend about $15 to like $30. Next slide. So people have different expectation, and some of the clothings you can wear and some of the clothings you can't wear. The first two photos on the top left is the pictures of the street to give you like hints of like, oh, what the markets look like. And the photos on the bottom right are the photos that I wear, the clothing that I wear sometimes that I don't wear. So first three photos, the lady with the jean flare leggings, lady with the leggings and t-shirt, that's totally fine. But if you look at the pictures on the most right, I show my belly and my cleavage, and that is not really like recommended here. People tend to not show their belly and their cleavage. It's totally fine. I hear someone saying that they get like condemned for like wearing them. I personally didn't get any condemnation, but people look at you and it will probably make you uncomfortable. I'll definitely leave it up to you, but I recommend you bringing some like modest clothing, like t-shirts and like covering dresses. Also, the weather here is quite hot. I've been only here for November, so winter didn't really start yet. And it's even in November, it's still hot. It's very humid as well. And because of the humidity, you will see a lot of like mole growing. Like this is my hobby. And one time, like there was like a mole growing like throughout like the lounge, and that really scared me. My friend had like a whole mole growing in her like shoes. So you have to be really careful about the humidity here. Next page. So I'm going to talk about a few uncomfortable things that I faced in Ghana, which was catcalling and you will probably see kids begging on the street. It is really uncomfortable. They will like if you're in a car, they will knock on your car window and be like, that means like they want food. For me, I personally give them food instead of money because I heard that some people like they purposely use kids to beg for money, and adults at night they'll collect and go away. So I prefer them give them money, but that is the cultural shock that I faced in Ghana. Also, I talked to every girls here and they're always being catcalled. I'm also Asian, so I don't know, depending on your skin color, you will get catcalled more or not. And because I'm Asian, people use racial slur to me. People call me coronavirus. They call me ching chong. That is like, it's kind of normal here. They call me Chinese as well. I'm not Chinese. And here, guys, like I mentioned before, they will like flirt with you a lot. They will be like, one time I was like walking on my way back home. They were like, "Oh yeah, I was following you because I thought you're cute," and people will ask for your number. A best way to deal with that is just say, "I have a boyfriend." I say I'm married, even though I'm not married. I told them like, "Oh, my teacher told me not to give any people my number yet." That's the excuse I use. But you have to be very strong when people ask for your number. Next slide. So I put essential. This is something that I wish that I brought from the US that are here, but it's something that I really couldn't find. So the picture on the left is the picture of the dorm. I have a roommate, she is right next to me. And you will be given a twin bed, a pillow, a bed sheet. You're also given a sofa, closet, a chair, and a whole like the clothing cabinet. And on the right, those are something that I wanted to bring that I didn't. I really should have. First of all, you guys are going to swim a lot because this is like a coastal region, and swimsuit. I couldn't really find swimsuit in like department stores. So even though they sell it on the street, you don't really see them that often. So I really recommend you bring your own swimsuit that fits your body. There are some sunscreens here, but they're really more expensive, and I couldn't really find the one that suits for my skin because my skin's very sensitive. So please bring your own sunscreen. Also, there are a lot of mosquitoes. I remember somebody mentioning malaria, and that cream is not a anti-malaria cream, but it's like an anti-itching cream. It works really well, and I recommend you buying that brand because I literally, my friend from like the other room they come to my room just to borrow that cream. Also, one thing that kind of like surprised me was that, as you guys can see, I have really straight hair. And a lot of people here have like curly, the African hairstyles. So I couldn't really find a shampoo for my hairstyle. So I kind of wish that I brought my own shampoo because I have to go out of my way to look for a shampoo that matches my like hairstyle. And I also brought my own like desk lamp. It was really important. Depending on how you structure your room, you might end up in a place where like the light would not reach all the way to your desk, and this light would come super handy in this case. And next slide. And that's it. If you guys have any more questions, the first one is my email address, and the second one is the Instagram, like my link to my Instagram bio. And that's it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Also, one more thing, because I am very visual learner, and this is going to be like the charger thing that you're gonna use, the head. So let me show you a little better. Also, just like how other people mentioned, some people have opportunity to do research or internship. I choose internship. I am currently interning in a children orphanage, and I am shadowing this one social worker about how like the spread done, how to sort out files, and how to sort out like all the computer logistics. So it's a really great opportunity. I recommend you guys coming here. It gives you a really new perspective, and it makes you learn a lot. It makes you put yourself into other people's shoes better. And I feel like that's the biggest like outcome that I'm getting from this place. Overall, like everything is about the same. People live alike. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Back to you, Austin.
All right. Hold on 1 second here. All right. So you're gonna see the tabs there, but I just switched over. So let me show you my face here. Yeah. Hi, y'all. So my name is Austin Yen. I am the study abroad advisor for Ghana and also a few other programs. I am the first point of contact for any questions that you may have about the program. So please feel free to give me an email, or you can also contact me on Zoom if you look at our contacts page on the UCAP website. And I can, if I don't have the answers, I can definitely forward you to a resource that will. So I just want to give a few minutes to talk about the benefits of applying to a UCAP program. So UCAP was established over 60 years ago and is the official study abroad provider for the entire UC system. So study abroad with UCAP means that you maintain your UC student status throughout, and you do not need to take a leave of absence from the UC. You receive UC credit for the coursework you complete abroad, so the classes will show up on your UC transcript and count towards your UC GPA. If you are a financial aid recipient, your UC financial aid is applicable to your program costs. Additionally, you will have an extensive support network that includes your campus study abroad office, the UCAP system-wide office, and our on-site contacts at each location. And UCAP participants also receive travel insurance coverage and have access to 24/7 emergency assistance. So, your next steps. So we hope that this presentation has provided you with a starting point on your study abroad journey and encourage you to explore the UCAP website for detailed information about UCAP and our program options. You should visit your campus study abroad office, their website, or the How to Apply section on any program page on the UCAP website for information on application steps and deadlines. Contact information for campus offices is also available through the QR code on the slide. We offer office hours where you can schedule an appointment to have a video call with a UCAP advisor to talk about our programs in more detail. You will find the link to make an office hours appointment through the QR code as well. I would also be happy to answer any questions you have. Again, you can find my contact information for Ghana on the UCAP website. Once you have determined which program you're going to apply to, so for example, the Ghana program, you can start an application by selecting the Apply Now button on the UCEAP website. So please feel free to contact us if you have any questions, and the general email is on this slide right here. And now we will now move on to the Q&A portion of the webinar, and you are welcome to send us any questions you have right now through the chat. And also, I'd just like to thank the three students for sharing their experiences in Ghana as well. I think that was very informative. If any questions at all, you can feel free to post in chat here. There's some advice being posted in the chat. So one question was, can you talk more about malaria pills and vaccinations? I think Eunice typing an answer, but I didn't know if anybody else wanted to comment on that.
So as a student coming into Ghana, you're supposed to have your malaria prophylaxis. So you get what you need for your stay. There are different types. So your health advisor or travel advisor will tell you which one works for you better. And then you get some. Then you can, when you come with your prescription, there are lots of them here. So maybe you can get for 3-4 weeks, and then when you come here, you take it because you're supposed to be on it as long as you are here. Okay. The insurance takes care of that, so you don't have to worry about the purchase, the money, and all that.
Okay, I think for the students here, what made you choose Ghana as your study abroad destination? You can either type in the chat. Um,
I can answer that one. I
yeah.
actually like answering that question. So when I ask people here in Ghana about like how much they know about Asia, they don't know much about it. And just like how they don't know much about Asia, I don't know much about Ghana. I feel like the perception of Africa we have is basically like, oh, they're poor, they need our aid, this and this and that. But I feel like when I came here, it was so different. They don't need our help to like be sustainable. I really want to break the stigma that I had towards Africa, and I chose Ghana because I believe if like out of all the countries, other countries in UCEAP program, I thought Ghana would be the best representing of Africa than any other countries that was provided for me.
Okay, thank you so much. And I think that's also one of the things about study abroad is like the breaking down of like those like stereotypes or imagery that we might see in media. And I think it's a really good experience for students to like get out there and experience the real thing.
Yeah, I chose Ghana because I wanted to go to Africa. And based on what I was interested in for my major, there was either Ghana or South Africa, Cape Town. And I saw Ghana, this and the Public Health and Society as more hands-on, and it seemed more interesting to me. So that's why I chose it. And also for the malaria and vaccinations. For the vaccinations, I got most of mine at CVS, and I just made sure that they had my insurance. So yeah, I called in advance, asked them if they had my insurance, and then I went in and got my vaccinations. And then I got the anti-malaria pills through UCSD Student Health. So there's a lot of information through the UCAP portal that you can use to help you out with that. But yeah, that's why I chose Ghana.
I want to add something what Caitlin said. So when it comes to yellow fever vaccine, most of insurance doesn't cover that. And if you guys go online, so I got my yellow fever vaccination in Walgreens. And if you guys go online and search up yellow fever vaccine like coupon, they will literally give you a coupon. Mine, yellow fever vaccine without insurance coverage is about 200. But if you guys can find like a really good coupon, you can like get it for like, about like $80. So please Google. Also, if you guys don't have any questions about like where to go or which like attractions to go in Accra, I recommend using ChatGPT. If you type in like, oh, like bars to go in Accra or like salsa dance club, like they will give you some like list of like like good places to hang out. Thank you.
Yeah, and I can just quickly add why I chose Ghana for my location. I chose Ghana because it related a lot to my research interests. Ghana is a very linguistically diverse area. There's many dialects and also languages in general that are spoken there. Once you arrive, you'll notice that there's so many different languages they speak. So for that reason, I chose Ghana. I was debating between Ghana and India, but ultimately I wanted to explore a new place and step outside of my comfort zone, and I don't regret it at all.
So we have a question for, can we get a breakdown of the cost of everything? Um,
For
so
that,
I
I
don't
can
know.
answer.
Yeah.
So for plane ticket, mine was just one way. That was 677, including the student discount. For study abroad, I'm doing a whole year. That costs about $32,000. On average, I've been here since September till now, and on average for monthly, I spent about $300 to $400. But I go out a lot, so if you guys like be kind of like not frugal, but if you guys want to like save money, I'm pretty sure you guys can like live in Ghana for like for a month about like $100 per month.
So you can also on our UCAP website, you can go to what's called a cost tab, and actually, if you want to know how much a program might cost, we do have a like a cost filtering system that you can access. So you can just filter in if like you're an out-of-state student, in-state student, and then select the program. It will budget to like an approximate amount. You can also, if you have questions about funding, like I said, financial aid is applicable to all programs at UCAP, so make sure to, explore that option. You can talk to your financial aid office on your campus. I also highly recommend going to our scholarships page. There is a ton of scholarships that you can use, including ones for summer, and there's also outside fellowships like the Fulbright is a very popular one. So I would suggest like using all those resources if you're concerned about funding and costs. All right, anything else? Sharon and Dorcas, you want to add anything or? I think that we have a raised hand from Yun.
So when
Hello,
it comes
can you hear
to
me?
Oh,
It's just my last words. I will encourage everyone, I mean, prospective students to search for UCAP Ghana video slideshows on YouTube. And also some past students have also put out there some great videos that you can watch, and then they are very helpful. So you will have a fair idea of whatever we've been discussing this morning over there, this evening over here. Thank you.
I want to add for SIM card for your phone, your aunties or your study advisor, like TA, if that's the right word, they were kind of like they will guide you to a place to get a SIM card for you. So before you guys come, make sure that your phone is unblocked, meaning that your carrier is allowing you to change your carrier. And also, please bring like more books because sometimes like the Wi-Fi isn't really stable. So if you guys have like books to read, like if you guys have Kindle, I highly recommend bringing them as well.
all right. Thank you so much. I think these are really great suggestions. Yeah, if anything else, so it is 10:30. So if you have any questions, like again, please feel free to reach out to me or any of the UCAP staff. And again, I'd like to thank our three students and Sharon and Dorcas for doing the webinar today for the International Education Week. And yeah, we look forward to having some of your applications and just go research on the website. All right, guys.
Thank
Hope you
you
have a
all
good
for
day.
joining us.
Bye,
Thanks,
Catherine.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, Riyadh.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good to see you.
Good to
Yeah.
see you.